Atochin chitab Kalenjin en tetutik noton nebo Kass Mashinani neitunen ketesiet noton nechame nebo Kass TV nomi twan en betutab raini betut noton nebo let en arawetab sogol kwane Shadrack Mutai itagat asikomuch ketesa twan en kibagenge amayetaunen county nebo Bomet kapkirwok ole kakitita muren somok kapkirwok nebo Bomet asikowal akobo nekimwaitaen icheket yautik chebo rumisiet ole tugul somok koimuch koesio icheket lelutik choton. Agenge ko Hillary B nemwaat kele kiibeten sobet Emmanuel Kimutai en sotik kosubkei ak nekiam anan nekiam makatiat ko kaesio kole maisuldaen yautiet noton bo rumisiet oldatat kekas kora kirwoket noton en tarikit 25 noton nebo arawet nebo 11 nebo kenyiniton. Ngenyorun Festus Rono akoindab logoichoton.
Hillary B nebo kokwetab Kipsarwet en Kimkososotik en county nebo Bomet ko en tarikit 11 arawetab 9 kenyini komwaat kele kiibeten sobet Emmanuel Kimutai ole en betutab rani ko kakitita taitab kirwokindet nebo High Court nebo Bomet Honorable Justice Julius Ngarngar asikowal angot kisuldaen lelutyonoton bo rumisiet ole kaesio ine kole mayai lelutyonoton ole tetat kitita kora kapkirwokinoton en tarikit 25 arawetab 11 kenyini.
That you Hillary B on the 11th day of September 2025 at Kipsarwet village, Kipnosos sub-location, Wangena location in Sotik of Bomet County, you murdered one Emmanuel Kimutai. Is it true or not true?
Cleophas Rono nenaat en kainet ko Vincent Kipkorir Rono komwaat kele en tarikit 25 arawet ab Januari kenyini en kokwetab Kweleta en Mugango Bomet East ko kiibeten sobet Bernard Kiprotich ole kakitita akine kapkirwokinoton asiketebsen angot kiyai yautyonoton ole kaesio kole mayai lelutyonoton ak tetat kitita kora kapkirwok en tarikit 25 arawetab 11 kenyini.
You Cleophas Rono, who is also known as Vincent Kipkorir Rono, on the 25th day of January 2025 at Kwaleta village, Mugango, location in Bomet East, within Bomet County, you murdered one Bernard Kiprotich Ngeno. Yes?
Kirwoket nebo somok nebo rumisiet ko Enoch Cheruyot Rono ko en tarikit 15 ak 16 arawetab 7 kenyini ko en Sotik Township ko kiisuldaen yautiet nebo rumisiet ole kiibeten sobet ine ak alak chekakitita kapkirwok Vincent Kirenge Otieno ole kaesio kole maisuldaen noton ak kirwokyin ine en tarikit 24 arawetab 11 kenyini.
Kwa mnamo usiku wa tarehe 15 na 16 mwezi wa 7 mwaka huu kule Sotik Township ambayo iko hapa Bomet, ulimuua Vincent Kirenge Otieno. Kweli ama si kweli?
Kongeten kapkirwok neo nebo Bomet en county nebo Bomet logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Festus Rono.
Kakomwa MP nebo Kilgoris kole ikilegei ofisit noton nebo NGCDF kokele imuch kewal korik chekisomanen classrooms en Kilgoris asikomuch konamgei ak somanet noton nebo kasari. Kamwa kole chepkondok chebo NGCDF kochamdayat keboisien en tekset noton nebo korik chebo somanet.
Na hii shule ikaendelea mpaka sasa mnaona vile ilivyo, ikakuja kuzeeka, si ndio? Tunaelewana ama ni kusikiliza tu? Tunasikiliza. Imezeeka, alafu sasa tumeivalisha nguo mpya, imekuwa kijana. Na hiyo tunataka kuhakikisha kwamba shule ikienda mpaka ina mabati yanazeeka, yanaanza kuvuja maji, lazima tutengeneze ili watoto wetu wasomee pahali pazuri, kwa sababu unajua ukichukua mtoto wako aende shuleni na kesho yake anaona kama nyumbani ni nzuri kushinda shule, atakaa wapi? Mtoto akiona kwamba nyumbani ni nzuri kushinda shule, shule itamwattract kweli? Atakaa nyumbani kwa sababu shule si pazuri. Lakini tukitengeneza shule ikuwe nzuri kushinda nyumbani, hii itakuwa ni sawa kabisa. Alafu tukitaka maendeleo, si tunaenda kutoa kwa Ruto na ingine mnatoa bunge, unakuja kukutana hapa aindi kuangalia hapa ni kibogi kisoma president ma president kuangalia hapa askari kisoma okay, wakati tu story tukae sisi kwa pamoja namna hiyo. Kama je ukiwaziri hapo katepo kule tuta kwa ngo akile tuta kwa chitu kwa president au sumbuli au chitu hapo teke malah muai de tuta tu ate jo ate ngo president anga wali muai gamwa namna hiyo ngoto kwa jita de ngune ijige kule amelan Oma tuta ama kita boleh ni. Wale kiberu jo kaji tu boleh tuta.
Kikimah gungku en renovation na koya. Ako ngena leti tu seta ya kita. Aki tinda ya around 3 classes. Kuki ni ya sokoni ile ngapil tumu. Magi lagi cilok jirjilok magi gila ako some noto because cuma ke tekinyon kita ke kanya renovation about the 3 classroom and I know you have the energy and the power ang magi iya indabi chameri kabangat
Ikiistoegei noton amache kosingong polatet ole kamwa alage eng kandoik kole manyalu en rubeiwotab president Rigathi Gachagua kotestai kobe biikab emet komuch kopchi ak en oret noton nebo polatet. Kong'ololi en komosta nebo Ndia komwa MP nokeberatan George Kariuki kole manyalu kotestai ng'alalet noton nebo rubeiwotab president Rigathi Gachagua en mwaet kole imuch kopchei biikab emet missing kotinygei ak magenyi noton nebo komuch koamda logoiwek tinye ng'alekab meng'ik choton chebo komosta nebo Mount Kenya.
Tumekubaliana hatutaki siasa zenye hazina maendeleo. Sisi vile tunataka kusukuma maisha hapa Kirinyaga, hapa Ndia na hapa Kenya. Tunataka kusukuma maisha kwa njia ya maendeleo. Tuweke siasa duni kando, tusukume maisha, watu wetu waweze kupata infrastructure yenye hali mzuri, tuweze kupata stima. Na hapa kwetu Ndia vile iko siku hizi, najua nikianza kazi hii mlinipea, tulikuwa connectivity ya electricity ilikuwa below 35%. Sasa tuko 90% huko, tunaenda kumalizia kazi ya stima. So mtu akisimama mbele yenu amwambie msianze kusikiza hivyo, msiangalie maendeleo, angalie nini mambo ingine, mtakuwa mumepotea na mtakuwa mmepoteza nafasi ya kuinua maisha yenu. Mnataka tuinue maisha ama tupate siasa ya duni? Mnataka tuinue maisha? So nyinyi wote mnataka tuinue maisha. Hamutaki mtu anasimama mbele yenu anaanza kuambia sasa kuanzia leo mimi ndiye mkubwa wenu na mukielekea hii na hivi, msiangalie mtu mwingine, mimi ndio mtu wa maana zaidi kabisa, au watu wengine wote ni bure kabisa, mimi ndio niko na akili timamu, au wengine hawana akili. Hao watu tumewaambia wao wakome, kwa sababu siasa, hakuna mtu anapeleka siasa nyumbani kwa watoto wake. Hakuna mtu huwa anajiwekea ukubwa wa wananchi, ndio wanatupatia nguvu na mamlaka na heshima na uongozi wa kusukuma maisha yetu kupitia support ile tumepatiwa na serikali. Saa hii nimetoka Kagio town Wengi wenu mnafanya biashara hapo Kagio Town. The last time president alikuwa hapo Kagio Town, nilipanda gari yake kama hapa akiongea, nikamwambia rais, hii town yetu ya Kagio na hao watu vile walikuchagua imekaa mbaya sana. Tukubalie tuweke pesa ya kutengeneza hii town. Na president akaniambia ni sawa, na akatangaza hapo, akatutengenezea hiyo, akatupea pesa ya kutengeneza hiyo barabara. Wengi wenu mumeenda hapo hiyo town, mumepata vile imekaa vizuri, na ndio tunamalizia hiyo kazi. Ya pili nikamwambia tuko na town nyingine inaitwa Sagana. Hata Sagana haijakuwa imekaa vizuri. Akatupea pesa. Saa hii kazi ya Sagana inaendelea vizuri kabisa ya kutengeneza hiyo barabara. Pia tuko na hizi barabara zote za hizi town ziko along the highway. Tukianza hapa Kiangwashe, hiyo town sasa iko na barabara kila kona. Tukienda Kibigoti, tukienda Kibiregwe, kila mahali hizo town zote, hakuna town siku hizi iko na matope. Pia tuko na mpango ya kutengeneza, na tumepewa pesa kutengeneza barabara ya kwenda kutoka pale kwa Jesi kwenda Kigogoine kutokea mpaka Kiangai, na ingine tunatengeneza ni ya kwenda Kiaragana, Kiania mpaka Kiangai. Hata hiyo tunaweka rami. Na sio hizo tu, tuko na barabara mingi sana tunatengeneza zenye tunaweka maram, kwa sababu hatuna pesa ya kutosha ya kuweka rami kila mahali. Kuna barabara hizi za kuingia ndani, hizo tunaweka maram kama hii hapa Kiangwashe, kutokea kwa hii barabara tunaanza leo. Na hiyo kazi inawezekana kwa sababu tumeshikana na rais na tumesaidiana na yeye, ndio tuweze kuinua maisha ya watu wetu hapa. Na sio hapa Ndia peke yake. Ukienda pande ya Kirinyaga Central, utakuta kuna barabara tunatengeneza. Last year 2023, last year but one, tulikuja na rais hapa Diguku. Kuna hii barabara kutoka Sagana Kadhaka Diguku. 2023 November tukakuja na rais na akalaunch hiyo barabara. Within 7 months tulikuwa tumemaliza karibu kilomita 20. Na tuko na mpango wa kutengeneza barabara zingine na kusaidia watu wetu waweze kuinua maisha yao, ndio tuweze kupata resources za kuisukuma maisha yetu.
Chitab Kalenjin amache siamuten en inguni en oret noton agenge agoi sugulit noton nebo barak nebo Uma University nemiten en komosta nebo Kajiado, ole en inguni komiten keberatan President William Ruto en gunta balak en kandoik ole ng'ole en inguni CS noton nebo tililindo en serikalitab Kenya Kwanza, Aden Duale.
With the facts and figures, not figures thrown like a pedestrian. And why am I saying so? Today, as we sit here, under your leadership, 26.5 million Kenyans have registered to the Social Health Authority with Kajiado County, and the governor is here, over 470,000. When in the previous administration, under the former NHIF, it was only 7 million. So from 7 million to 26.5 million, you will tell us which one is transformative in the health sector. Today, in 9 months, since Health SHA was formed, Your Excellency, 17.5 million Kenyans visited health facilities. Over 10,000 health facilities. Of these 17.5, 12.5 million Kenyans accessed free primary care paid by the government of Kenya. They went to dispensaries, they went to health centers, they went to sub-county hospitals as outpatients, they went home without paying a coin. I don't know whether that is transformative or that is reducing the gains somebody else has made. Your Excellency, the other 5 million went through Social Health Insurance Fund by accessing specialized care in our level 4, level 5, and level 6. In 9 months, under Shah, we mobilized 70 billion Kenya shillings. 3 times or 4 times what NHIF could mobilize in many years. But let me come to the animal in the room. The benefits of Linda Mama. Yes, I agree with you. You know, I was looking for an opportunity. I looked at your diary. I saw you are coming to Umma, and I realized this is the best opportunity, so I had to drive 3 hours. 1 hour in the expressway. Me and the governor were neighbors. We were residents of Kiambu. The benefits of Linda Mama, as was said, has not been scrapped. Nobody has scrapped Linda Mama. But what have we done? We have enhanced the cover of Linda, of the mother, and added the family, the children. You are only taking care of the mama by giving her 2,000 or 5,000, and they could only access facility at dispensary and health center. And if you think Linda Mama was a big thing for you, how come it has not reduced the maternal mortality rate in our country? This is an agenda the president and myself want to start now. We have 20 counties that we feel the maternal mortality rates are high. So if your Linda Mama was good, then how come the maternal mortality rates, and these are not figures, even the World Health Organization will agree with me, but we enhanced. What have we enhanced? Because we don't lie. We have enhanced, we have included antenatal, postnatal, delivery, and we have given the whole family that package. Today, Your Excellency, in 9 months under Shah, 627,155 mothers have delivered in the Republic of Kenya. Our delivery is about 1.1 million. But under Shah, you know the mothers who deliver, the wife of the governor uses a very expensive insurance. She doesn't fall under Shah. She goes deliver, so I don't count. I'm only counting those who benefited from Social Health Authority, 627,000. Out of these 27,000, who we covered the mother, we covered the whole journey, prenatal, postnatal. We made her, she delivers safely. If there was complication, we took her through cesarean. We followed the child. We followed the family, 627. And out of these, 41,000 of these were teenage mothers paid by Social Health Authority. In fact, all teenage mothers in our country, if they deliver, they will deliver free. What does that mean? Under President William Ruto, we have introduced a more integrated system with financial protection to all families. Let me now give them, because they have not even read NHIF. What was NHIF giving? In NHIF, when a child was born, they were only covered the mother. This really exposed the whole family. Hardship for the children that required immediate medical care after birth. So mama delivers, she's left alone. As we follow the family, we follow the mother, we follow the child. We have a very integrated, comprehensive health insurance system. The newborn under SHA is covered under the mother's cover. The cover of the mother protects the child. That was not there during NHIF. Linda Mama reimbursement rates under the defunct NHIF was as low as 2,500. Sometimes 5,500 per delivery in dispensary and health centers. The quality, the care, nobody bothered. There was a persistent high maternal mortality rate in our country. And by the way, it continued to occur despite the high number of mothers giving birth in hospitals. Your Excellency, you have given vulnerable mother or the vulnerable woman who goes to antenatal clinic, who deliver, and who has postnatal care. Don't listen to naysayers. But because I'm giving information, they left us with 30 billion fictitious NHIF debt. Out of that debt, Linda Mama debt under NHIF inpatient was 4.8 billion. Outpatient was 306 million. In total, my good friend, my former leader, you have left us with 5.6 billion Linda Mama. You should thank us. We did not look for the money. We did not went to public liars and said you left us. You left us with the many debt. But today, because you started it, Linda Mama left a debt with us, Your Excellency. But Your Excellency, I think those are just to make sure you gave me an opportunity to correct it. But I want to assure you, this afternoon I'll meet. Every month, this month we paid 8.1 billion shillings to both public, private, and faith-based. Governor Lenku is my witness, Your Excellency, here. Today, the highest own source of revenue for our counties is the health sector. True or false? Because today more Kenyans go to public health facilities than to the dingy, small fraud things. My colleague, the Minister for Education, will come and tell the reforms. Agriculture at your own backyard, we know what we have done. Your coffee prices, your tea prices were at the bottom. Even they should thank us. So just for that, to make the record straight, Your Excellency, and I will later tweet it. Those who are not here, and I'll put it on my Facebook. But you have given me an opportunity. Your Excellency, it's called the law of relevance. On that one, I am wrong. This was an education function. But because they train nurses. They train nurses. This morning I look at it, where do I come in this university? The Vice Chancellor, her nurses are interns, and I'm the one who, through you, we pay government. So I am a stakeholder here, and they're looking for medicine, apart from the community and all that. So, Your Excellency, that law of relevance, I think you'll forgive me, I think because of nursing, but I wanted to make sure and tell the people, those who are pedestrian. And finally, Your Excellency, first they said we are mobilizing this region, we are mobilizing this region. They said Ruto must go. They say war this to one term. Now yesterday they started a new story. That all these team were together, half of them are projects of Ruto. Can you imagine? Themselves are saying, you are a project, you are a project, you are a project. No agenda. Ruto must go, it's not an agenda for Kenya. This one is a project, it's not an agenda. Your Excellency, on behalf of these great people, we, this community, and who is who in this community? The religious leaders are sitting here. The political leaders are sitting here. Count on us. Am I right? Should the president count on us? Yeah. In 2015, he was told not to come here. But he said, these are my people. That's why their candidates are dropping. From Magarini to Banisa to Malava to where. And if you are a serious politician and you see at the rate in which your candidates are dropping, you must ask yourself a question. What is going on? Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, that was my law of strategic intervention. We are most grateful, Your Excellency, that you graciously accepted the invitation to commission the Dr. Abdurrahman Al-Sumait Complex and to break ground for the School of Engineering Phase 3 project of this university. Your Excellency, your historic presence here is an honor, not just for the Umma University fraternity, but for the higher education subsector. This is evidence of the prime place that education occupies in your administration. In particular, it also confirms the recognition that your administration places on the private sector actors and their role in the education of our country. Private sector players, ranging from individuals to faith-based organizations, continue to play critical roles in expanding education and training opportunities for our youth. These investments have complemented the efforts by the government to promote access to quality and relevant education training of our institutions. These institutions, like Umma University, not only create access to quality training, but also instill value-based education in the students. Your Excellency, as I conclude, I wish to commend all the donors, including Direct Aid Society, for their support that has led to the milestones that we are celebrating here today. May I also thank the leadership of Umma University for working hard to deliver on the projects and steer this institution towards remarkable growth. Umma University, we assure you of our continued support as you grow this university from strength to strength. With those few remarks, Your Excellency, it's now my distinct honor and privilege to invite you to address us. Thank you, and God bless you. Please welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Julius. Please, let's take our seats. Asanteni sana. Ndugu viongozi mulio hapa, Chancellor wetu, Vice Chancellor, lecturers, the student fraternity, wazazi, pamoja na wageni wetu wote, including our very valued sponsors. Good afternoon. Hamjambo. Assalamu alaikum. It gives me great pleasure to join you today for the official commissioning of Phase 2 development of Umma University. This is a proud moment for all of us, as it represents not just the growth of one institution, but the remarkable journey of our nation in expanding access to higher education. I recall with fondness my association with this university before it became what it is today. From its humble beginnings as a College of Sharia and Islamic Studies in Thika, for its transformation into a full-fledged university in 2014, where I had again the privilege of opening Phase 1 here in Kajiado. UMA has grown steadily, anchored on clear vision of academic excellence. And I want to say congratulations. Today, with the completion of this 10-story building, an investment of more than 1.4 billion, we see yet another bold step forward. This modern facility, designed to serve over 10,000 students, including 81 classrooms, 6 laboratories, and a 650-seater examination hall, a conference center, and a 416-seat auditorium, and much more. It is a symbol of ambition, resilience, and a deep commitment to nurturing future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya has made enormous strides in expanding access to higher education. Today, our country boasts 80 chartered universities, 30 of which are privately owned, and one of them being this great UMA University. Nearly 150,000 students are enrolled in private universities, representing about 23% of the entire university population. This underlines the critical role that private universities continue to play in complementing government efforts in education. Over the past 3 years, we have been compelled to undertake bold and far-reaching reforms to safeguard the sustainability of our universities and higher education in general. Not long ago, the subsector was in a serious crisis, with 23 out of the 40 public universities sinking into technical insolvency, threatening not only their stability, but also the future of thousands of students. I have heard you very clearly, Mr. Chancellor, that we owe you some money. And it is because we had a system that I had to take the decision to stop of sending students to private universities when we didn't have the money to pay for them. And we accumulated debts in our public and private universities to the tune of 120 billion. Just imagine. And it sunk many universities. A university in this county, no, in actually Machakos County, was actually closed. Scott Theological College University, sponsored by my church, the church I go to. We had to step in to go and salvage it from closure. Closed for a year. And many other universities suffered. Public universities, as I have told you, 23 of them were technically insolvent. They could neither pay their staff, nor their suppliers, nor even pay as you earn, or even other deductions, including that time NHIF. And I apologize to UMA University that we sent students here as government of Kenya several years ago without having proper arrangements on how they will be trained and educated. Ever since I came into office, I have not sent any students here. Because until I have the money to pay for them, I will not send you any students. And I'm just figuring out how to pay the debts that you have told. And you are not the only one. I have, as I told you, the government of Kenya owes different universities to the tune of 120 billion. In fact, some of the universities are in serious dire straits. Through decisive action, we strengthened governance in our universities, restructured financing, and introduced the student-centered funding model, a game changer for higher education. scholarships and loans are now awarded on the basis of need, ensuring fairness and equal opportunity for all Kenyan learners. University fees have been reduced significantly. Students now pay between 5,800 and 75,000 a semester, depending on their ability and program of study. University funding has nearly doubled, raising from 45 billion in 2022-2023 to 82 billion in this year's budget, while help loans have more than doubled from 17 billion to 41 billion. In general, we have enhanced the budget for education in the last 3 years by about 130 billion shillings. And it is because we believe that any nation, especially one like Kenya, where human capital is at the heart of transformation, must get its education right. It is the reason why we are deploying more resources to make sure that our education remains of good quality, accessible, and relevant. And that is the reason why we've hired more teachers, we've put more money in Higher Education Loans Board, and we have put more money in university funding. Already, nearly 470,000 students have benefited from scholarships and loans. The reforms have also restored financial stability, reducing the number of technically insolvent universities from 23 to 13, and even the 13, we are working with them so that in the next 2 years, we get all our universities out of the red corner. Public universities equally have been very supportive. They have raised 11 billion shillings through diversified revenue streams and saved 1 billion shillings through cost-cutting measures. So everybody now is sensitive about where the money comes from and how it is spent. And that is why we will continue to make sure that integrity becomes front, center, left, and right in matters of financial management. It is the reason why we are changing our procurement mechanism so that we stop theft, pilferage, and corruption that has pervaded our procurement and made it an enterprise for making money and not providing service. It is the reason why we insist, and I have made myself very clear, that e-procurement is going to cut our costs by up to 40%. I have discussed this with many other governments. In fact, the government of Indonesia worked with us on the program that we have, so that if a pencil costs 5 shillings, government does not pay 15 shillings. Government should pay 5 shillings, because that is what it is. And I know there are teething problems which we are working on to make sure that e-procurement becomes the default procurement mechanism. That is the procurement mechanism of the government of Kenya. We will streamline the teething problems. We know there is also resistance by the brokers and the agents and many other profiteering entities, but we are going to stand up to them because it is our responsibility to protect public resources. The same way I just heard in this university that the resources made available to this university is spent with integrity. That is the measure of any success. Alongside university reforms, our technical vocational education and training system has undergone extraordinary transformation. Enrollment has grown more than double, from 297,000 in 2022 to 718,000 this year, driven by supportive policies and aggressive awareness campaigns. We have expanded national polytechnics from 11 to 29 today, greatly strengthening our skills training capacity. At the same time, the recognition of prior learning policy launched in 2024 has already assessed 6,734 candidates, with 898 graduating at the launch. To deliver quality training, we have increased trainer recruitment at our TVETs from 7,000 to 10,000. We've hired 3,000 new trainers, and we are in the process of hiring another 5,000. Industry partnerships have also surged because industry told us that they want job-ready graduates from our technical training colleges. And for them to be job-ready, they must have practical experience. Where now we had 65 industry players that were working with us. Now we have 2,883 because we want more of our trainers to leave campus, to leave their colleges when they already have a feel and an experience of what happens in the real world, in industries and manufacturing entities, embedding practical, hands-on experience in our training programs. These achievements demonstrate that TVET is now firmly at the heart of Kenya's transformation, equipping young people with practical skills to innovate, create jobs, and drive economic development. Ladies and gentlemen, the process we celebrate nationally, the progress we celebrate nationally, finds full expression here at Umma University. With the support of our partners, the government of Kuwait, and the Direct Aid Society, this institution has been able to expand its facilities and strengthen capacity to serve thousands of young Kenyans. I was privileged to meet some of them this morning, and I was very proud of their confidence and their grasp of issues that they are learning in this university. I met Nura and Mwenda. Nura explained to us what we can improve on the facilities and the digitization we have done with our universal health coverage, the Taifa Care under SHA. And she had brilliant ideas on how that digital framework we can improve on the last mile so that it can get to ordinary people who may not even have smartphones. Nura and your team here, congratulations, continue. We will work together with you going into the future. And I am very confident that Honorable Duale will have some space to discuss with you how what you're doing here can dovetail into the success we want to build out of our universal health care coverage. And maybe use this occasion to the defense of my former boss, the former president, to defend him that we should be a bit magnanimous to him. He did time, led our country, and the Linda Mama program was a great program. We developed it under the Jubilee administration, under the leadership of President Uhuru. We learned a lot from the Linda Mama program. And because of the experiences, because of the lessons learned from the Linda Mama program, we designed the Linda Jamii program, which was an improvement from the Linda Mama program. So Linda Mama was good, Linda Jamii is obviously better. And therefore, it is an improvement from what it was in terms of the scope, from just delivery of mothers, which was the primary target of Linda Mama. We've now improved it to cover prenatal, before the delivery, postnatal, the delivery itself, postnatal, and it's no longer targeting Mama. It is targeting Jamii, Mama plus the children plus the household. The figures have also increased in terms of benefits. Actually, the figures have doubled from 2,000, between 2,000 and 2,500 to now 10,000 to 30,000. So we have enhanced the program, but we must accept that we learned the lessons from Linda Mama. That's why we designed a better Linda Jamii program. And we didn't stop at Linda Jamii. We have progressed it into universal health coverage, where we are now looking after the whole Kenyan community. And that is why the figures Aden Duale was saying, of 7 million beneficiaries to now 26.5 million beneficiaries, has become a reality because we are progressing from there. And therefore, Nora was very spot on as she told us about what to do with universal health coverage. I also met some gentleman called Mwenda. I think he was called Mwenda, somebody. And Mwenda explained to me what he thinks about affordable housing. Again, another flagship program that I believe in, because we've danced for too long around mediocrity. And it is time to elevate our standing as a nation. And he explained to us how the last mile of affordable housing can be worked on. And again, brilliant ideas on how we can, get our nation and focus on what kind of urbanization are we going to see in the future. Because urbanization is an imperative. In fact, globally, it is now documented that by 2050, the population, half the population of the world will be living in cities. And urbanization is even higher in Kenya than the global average, which means in Kenya, we will be having anywhere between 55 and 60% of citizens living in cities by 2050. It is up to us today to decide what kind of cities are they coming to stay in. Are they coming to live in slums, or are they going to come to live in organized households and livable cities? And that is why we are embarking on this program. And let me confirm that the good people I interacted with in this university, including Zainab. Zainab explained to us a few things about the economy, political issues that affect the economy. And I think she was called Akfa. She told us, I think, Gatra. She explained to us about the economic issues that, affect investment, affect business, from interest rates to exchange rates to the modus of taxation and many other things. And I must say to Uma University, congratulations. You have some of the most bright young Kenyans here, and you are doing a good job mentoring them and training them. The partnership between our supporters and our sponsors is a powerful demonstration of solidarity whose impact will be felt for generations to come. As we commission this new building, we are not just opening classrooms and offices, we are opening doors of opportunity. Today, we have also laid the foundation for phase 2, which will house the School of Engineering with 7 specialized programs, additional student housing, a medical school, and a teaching and referral hospital further down the road. I'm saying this so that the donors can see where we want this institution to go. And we are going to be your partners. As Kenya implements the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, our universities and TVETs will continue to play a central role in producing skilled, ethical, and innovative graduates ready to create jobs, drive technology, and tackle the pressing challenges of our time. In conclusion, I congratulate the Uma University for this milestone. And before I tell you what kind of support we are going to work on, looking at the transformation of Uma University. And this is not the only university that I have come several times to support morally, sometimes financially. Last year, I went to Scott University, the one I told you that is sponsored by the Africa Inland Church. Last week, I was in Eastern University, sponsored by ABC Church. And today I'm here at Uma University. And I see the passion, I see the restlessness of the young people in Kenya as they look for education, as they look for knowledge, as they look for training. And it is the most perfect expression of what we need and a perfect reminder for us as policymakers and leaders. It is very important that at this point in time, we must have a reflection. In fact, it is an inflection point for us as Kenya. We must ask ourselves questions. Because just across, right here in the border of Kajiado, we have another university that is being built there, Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology University. That university in Konsa City here is being built by resources given to us, a soft loan given to us by South Korea. And they've given us a facility of 80 billion Kenya shillings to build the infrastructure, horizontal infrastructure in Konsa, including the university in Konsa. But just imagine, South Korea, which is now giving us 80 billion, in 1963 was exactly the same as Kenya. We had the same GDP. In fact, our GDP per capita was 80. The one of South Korea was 79. The same level of education. We had the same agricultural economy. Today, South Korea's economy is 20 times that of Kenya. And they have lent us money to build the university and the infrastructure in Konsa. We need to ask us some questions. The difference, where did South Korea get it right? And where did we get it wrong? That's a question we need to ask ourselves as Kenyans, and we need a we need a conversation. We need a conversation as the citizens of this country. Because for far too long, and I want to say this in this university, talking to you and talking to my countrymen and women, the people of Kenya, for far too long, we have made peace with the usual, the ordinary, the simple, the average. When other people are doing things differently, it is time. Fellow Kenyans, it is time. Fellow citizens, it is time for us to up our game, for us to raise the standard, for us to raise our ambition so that we begin to engage with the transformational, the innovative, and the extraordinary. We have been ordinary for far too long. And I am persuaded, beyond any reasonable doubt, that the restlessness we see in our young people, the passion that I saw in the eyes of Noura and Mwenda here, and Zainab, and all the other students, the urgency is because they are tired of the ordinary and the simple and the average and the usual. They want us to up our game. The difference between South Korea and us is one. It's not about resources, because they had the same resources as we do. It's not about money. They didn't have money the way we didn't have money. It's about leadership. That's a difference, leadership. So it's not about the people of Kenya. It's about us, the leaders, the people who have the opportunity to make decisions for the people of Kenya. What decisions are we making? That is what is important. Many of us want to make peace with little decisions, ordinary, average decisions, politically correct, and things like those. And that is why we cannot account for why others are where they are and we are where we are. So we must continue to push the limits. We've made good progress with our transformation of agriculture, with our transformation in education, with our transformation in health. We've made good progress with our affordable housing and markets and hostels, but that's just the foundation. We need to up our game. That is my belief. And we have what it takes. We have what it takes. This nation has what it takes. We have the human capital. We have the knowledge and ideas and passion. And that is why I have been leading from the front. Against all odds, very difficult circumstances. But slowly, people are beginning to appreciate that our economy is doing better. Inflation has come down. Our exchange rate has come down. Our dollar reserves have gone up. Our universities are doing better. We have more teachers in classrooms. Our food security is much more stable. We're beginning to get it right, but it is not enough. That is why we need to up our game. We need to be more creative and innovative. We need to do more on transformation so that we can do things in a different way and achieve the extraordinary. As government, we remain steadfast in supporting institutions of higher learning to ensure every young Kenyan has the chance to achieve their full potential. And I wish you well as the student fraternity and the entire Umma University as you pursue not the ordinary, not the simple, not the usual, not the average, as you pursue excellence. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
For His Excellency, Your Excellency, before you leave. I'll seek your indulgence, Your Excellency, just for 2 photographs. So if we can have the Umma University Council to kindly be coming to the front. Umma University Council to kindly come to the front. There are 10 members, Umma University Council.